I am so happy you're here. Every time you show up, I am pleasantly surprised and I am honored. Hey, this is another episode of Band Together Leadership Seminars. I believe this is number 4. We've been doing this now for 4 weeks. My name is Paul Everts. You can reach me at my email address, which is band, B-A-N-D, the number 2 together. Also, at my handsome website, conductingmylife.com. That's conductingmylife.com, and you can see all that information on the description of today's show. So I hope that you've had a good week. I am doing this early. I'm doing this on Monday, the 22nd of June, to all the fathers that celebrated yesterday. Happy Father's Day to you, a day late. To those men who are role models, who play the role of the father, God bless you. I feel that every child needs to have a male role model. Yes, every child needs to have a male role model, as every child needs a female role model. Real briefly, 30 seconds if not less, I grew up in a divorced family. My mom and dad divorced when I was 7. Haven't seen my father, never did see him again because he passed away, I think, about 10 years ago. I got a phone call one day at work at Dublin High School, and the lady said, "Hi, my name's Evelyn. Is this Paul?" And I said, "Yeah, it's Paul. I have some news about your dad." And I said, "Let me guess. He's dead." She said, "How did you know? Why else would you be calling a stranger at work? I don't know who you are." So I've taken that role on as a father very seriously because frankly I didn't have one. So I literally studied, read numerous books about being a father, but not only being a father, being a husband and being a leader. The first coach that you had, mom and dad, that's your first coach. If you want to say mom and or dad, mom and or mom, well, whomever the adult that raised you, whatever title that person is, that's your first coach. Your first team's your family. So I took that really seriously. Therefore, again, I hope you had a great Father's Day. I'm recording this, it's about 9:40 a.m. on Monday, June 22nd. We're working on the E triangle. And we're going to do this for the next several weeks, as long as it takes for me to really get the E triangle out there. And again, the reason why it's the E triangle is because when I first started teaching in 1989, the kids called me E. Not Mr. Everts, not Everts, E. They sometimes call me E-fart too. And whatever. It's high schoolers. I like that. It's humor and I can deal with. And therefore, it's the E triangle. Beforehand, I want you to know I'm wearing the tie, the shirt, because I teach. When I started teaching, I was told, hey, look professional. So that's why I wear the shirt and tie, because you might think, again, hey, this dude's weird, man. He's got a shirt and tie on. No one wears a shirt and tie anymore in YouTube videos or TED Talks. No, I'm going to try to make a comeback in dressing nicely for when you're doing things. This is my costume, okay? This is my teacher look. Again, my son called me Mr. Everts and Daddy. But he would say, "Mr. Everts." And I'm like, no. Okay, so anyway, there's the introduction. It's been only 3 minutes, so I hope that's okay. All right, things to think about. Stephen Covey, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, has Circle of Influence. John Wooden, Pyramid of Success. Rich. I believe Ron Swanson even has a pyramid. Anyway, okay, and then my new one is Simon Sinek. And again, as you know, we have a really good staff of technological whizzes that print up things. So this is his circle. All right, and his circle says, every person knows what they do, your job, your title. Some people know how they do it, and the last one is few people know why they do it. So again, just to understand why I do this because I used to do this quite often in the classroom until 2008. When 2008 came, 1 or 2 parents complained because they didn't like the life talks. They didn't like the idea of respect, responsibility, discipline, wrapped around integrity. Those talks I gave once, twice a week. I'd read poems and stories. Again, I started in 1989, went all the way to 2008, won awards, got kids scholarships, did a lot of cool things. It takes 1 or 2 parents nowadays. We're learning that, man. The whole thing can just blow up. So they said, "We'd like you to teach, please. Music. Bell to bell, sir. Nothing else." I said, okay. And I eventually left. About 2012-ish, if not earlier, at Dublin High School in the Bay Area. Mr. Everett, are you talking about life during band time? Band is for music. I went, okay. No more life talks. No. And now I'm at a new job. I don't tell you where I'm at because I don't represent the school when I do these podcasts, videos, YouTube. So my current school, same thing. 3 schools in California, Northern California, within 2 hours of each other, don't want life talks. I have my suspicion why they don't want life talks, but anyway, so I'm going to do it YouTube. I'm going to do it podcast. And today we're going to work on the word discipline. Let's go over real fast the E triangle. Here's the E triangle. Respect, responsibility, discipline. That's wrapped around the word faith and or integrity. And eventually I'm going to add the word ethics. This is what I was teaching the first 5 to 10 minutes of school twice a week, maybe 3 times a week. Okay, that's what I was teaching. We'd talk about those traits, see how they related to music, and we'd go on from there. Again, 90% of my kids were not going to major in music. Sorry, they weren't. They had a better chance of being married and having a child than they were going to be a professional musician. Therefore, I thought, hey, let's teach human laws, respect, responsibility, discipline, ethics, integrity, faith. Let's do that. And let's use music to get us to that. No. Okay. Discipline, again, the practice of training people to obey rules or a code of behavior using punishment to correct disobedience. The controlled behavior resulting from discipline, activity, or experience that provides mental or physical training, a system of rules of conduct. It's also a verb. You train someone to obey rules or a code of behavior using punishment to correct disobedience. Train oneself to do something in a controlled and habitual way. Now, I said at the opening, which is 4 weeks ago, that discipline, that I don't like that definition. I think that definition is scary, lame, and silly. Okay, discipline to me equals freedom. Jocko Willink, he gets that credit. And if you haven't seen the Jocko Willink Joe Rogan podcast, please, it's worth 3 hours. Okay, take a look at that. So discipline means to me that it does give you freedom when you're disciplined. So let's go over some other quotes. We always go over quotes. Quotes was part of the class. It's part of this class. From Jim Rohn, discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishments, right? You have a goal, you set the goal, and then there's a valley. And the valley is all the choices, all the paths that it takes to get to the accomplishment. That takes discipline. Theodore Roosevelt, great president, by the way, super president. Study Theodore Roosevelt, would you? With discipline, most anything is possible. Marcus Aurelius, Stoicism, man. Check out Stoicism. We're going to do that. In these upcoming podcasts, there's so much to cover with you, ladies and gentlemen. Stoicism. Okay. You have power over mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you'll find your strength. Abraham Heschel, who I believe is a rabbi. I believe he's a rabbi. Self-respect is the fruit of discipline. That's part of my triangle, right? Respect. Self-respect is the fruit of discipline. Meaning discipline's the root. Discipline is the soil. Discipline is where you're growing your self-respect from. The sense of dignity grows with the ability to say no to oneself. I'm not going to have that candy today, right? I'm not going to sleep in. I got to get up and work out. Say no to oneself. And then, as you know, I work with the John Maxwell team. I'd love you to hire me to be a coach, speaker, trainer. Really good at it, okay? Love to help you. John Maxwell says, success does not just happen. You have to be intentional about success, and that takes discipline. So for me, even like today, it's my vacation. It's June 22nd. What am I doing? Getting up, getting a shirt and tie on, coming in my man cave. It takes discipline. It takes discipline setting this up, printing this out for you, putting the lights on. It takes discipline. Yes, it does. It also shows respect for you. How I look, what I'm saying, the topics I'm covering. I could, with all that's going on, I could cover a wide range of topics. But the discipline, I think to myself, what would you say in a classroom? because I do want my students to see this. I want their parents to see it too. I would love to get political right now. Oh, trust me. I no problem. But that's not what I would do in a classroom. They would ask me questions. I would answer the questions. And I would encourage you to band together at Comcast.net. Also, by the way, if you like what you're hearing, go to Venmo, please, and throw out $1 or $2. I have no problem asking for $1 or $2. Go to conductingmylife.com, go to the curriculum, slide down, Venmo, $1 or $2. Appreciate it. But with that being said, I'm not doing it for the money. I'm doing it because here, someday, I have a grandson right now. I would love him to listen to these lessons, believe it or not. That's how much I believe in what I'm giving you, is that I give it to my grandson. And he might look at it and he goes, wow, Grandpa Paul, man, you got no hair. And you're talking about discipline on your vacation? You are strange. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna do the first part of this on my YouTube channel, and then believe it or not, sometime this afternoon, I'm gonna put the rest of it on my podcast, because I want you to know that there's another way to listen to me and follow what I'm doing. I'm encouraging you to use this material, and I'm gonna do 15 to 20 minutes on each meaning YouTube, and then go to podcast, and then I will do my best never to duplicate a whole lot of things, but it'll probably be following the same idea. Like today on my podcast, we're going to finish discipline, at least this lesson of discipline. So the price tag of leadership, again, we're working on John Maxwell's thinking. Price tag of leadership. President Harry Truman said, quote, "In reading the lives of great men, I have found that the first victory they won was over themselves. Self-discipline with all of them came first." That is true, not just of great achievers, but also of effective leaders. And that's what I want you to be. That's what I want to be. I want to be an effective leader. Good leaders practice self-control before they try to engage others. Self-discipline comes before leadership success. Therefore, it is the price tag of leadership. Again, you know how hard it is to be self-disciplined. Monitoring how much time you're spending on social media. Do you realize how much discipline you're showing by saying, I'm just going to do 15 minutes or none at all? My daughter right now, no Facebook. And I think no Instagram too, but definitely no Facebook. Dad, I don't have Facebook on my phone anymore. Oh, okay. Now, I'm not like patting her on the back or anything. I'm just saying that takes discipline. When I was in college, I studied Greek and Hebrew. One of the words for self-control in Greek is egratia, E-G-K-R-A-T-E-I-A. I think this word gives great insight into what someone needs to lead effectively. The word means to get a grip on oneself. It describes people who are willing to get a grip on their lives and take control of what areas that will bring them success or failure. That's critical because I need to get a grip on me first before I try to handle leading others. Again, you can't give what you don't have. I think Jordan Peterson talks about something about like making your bed. I know Admiral McCraven does a great thing, a great University of Texas Beach Admiral McCraven, about making your bed. You don't even clean your room. You don't make your bed. Who are you to tell other people what to do when you can't even do that much? As leaders, our greatest challenge in leadership is leading ourselves first. We can't expect to take others farther than we have gone ourselves. We must travel within before we can travel without. Many highly gifted leaders have stopped far short of their potential because they were not willing to pay this price. They tried to take the fast track to leadership only to find that shortcuts never pay off in the long run. That's true. I mean, I'm 54. It's taken me this long just to get a YouTube channel and get people to watch it. And by the way, thank you so much for watching it. Share it with others. Please share it with others, okay? I want this to exist. This is a legacy leaving thing to me. And again, remember, I used to do this in class, not anymore. All right, so let's go. Self-discipline makes leadership's uphill climb possible. There is a truth you need to recognize, not just for leadership, but for everything in life. For the last year or so, I, John Maxwell, have been teaching it extensively to people everywhere. Go. Ready? Here it is. Everything worthwhile is uphill. Everything worthwhile is uphill. That is fantastic. Think about this. Everything worthwhile is uphill. The word everything is inclusive. It is all encompassing. Pair that with worthwhile. The things that are desirable, appropriate, good for you, attractive, beneficial. Anything and everything you desire in life, everything you would like to strive for is uphill. Meaning the pursuit of it is challenging, grueling, exhausting, and strenuous. Correct. Ask guys who want to be surgeons in medical field. I mean, my gosh, 8 to 10 years just doing schooling and then continual schooling. No leader who ever led people to do something significant did it without great effort. Any climb uphill must be deliberate, consistent, and willful. It is very intentional. So the statement, everything worthwhile is uphill. That's a great statement. You're going to see it down here. Everything worthwhile is uphill. Not only describes life, but explains the reason self-discipline is so essential for a successful life. We got 4 minutes left. Here we go. Number 1, self-discipline enables you to go uphill. If I were to ask you, do you want to improve your life? Of course, I hope the answer would be, yeah, yes, I do. The question is not if you want it to happen. The question is, how do you make it happen? The answer is by living each day with intentionality that requires becoming self-disciplined. Self-discipline moves you from good intentions to good actions. Again, one more time, good intentions to good actions, okay? But here's my thing. Then the action that you had is going to lead to good feelings or bad feelings. It is what separates words and ideas from actual results. One of the greatest gaps in life is between sounding good and doing good. We are ultimately measured by what we do and how our actions shape the world around us. Again, this is from John Maxwell. Without results, all the best intentions in the world are just a way of, at best, entertaining ourselves. At worst, we're deluding others. Self-discipline paves the road to results. Everything worthwhile is uphill. Dr. Maxwell's friend, Jim Whittaker, has climbed the great mountains of the world. One day at lunch, Jim shared with Dr. Maxwell that his greatest accomplishment as a mountain climber was the number of people he had taken to the top of the mountain with him, Jim. And he then gave me some climbing advice that Dr. Maxwell wants to pass on to you. Here it is. You never conquer the mountain. You only conquer yourself. That is the most important leadership journey each of us must take. And believe it or not, that's just one. We got several more steps to go to, but as I said, I want to always make these 20 minutes or less. Early is on time is late, late is rude. There we go. So we got to come to the day's end of the video. Hey, check out my podcast, bandtogether@podomatic.com, and listen to some more about discipline. Begin with the end in mind. Every choice you make is who you are. What do you want to have said at your funeral? And don't tell me you don't care. Because again, you wear clothes. You do care what people think about you. Number 2, seek first to understand, then be understood. Ask a question and listen. There's a lot of misunderstanding going on because number 1, you might not be asking the right question. Number 2, certainly because you're not listening to what the other person's saying. And then people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. I care about you very much. I love you. And then finally, say it with me. I am doing the best I can. 2 more times. I am doing the best I can. And now the 3rd time. I am doing the best I can. Tell yourself the truth. Be the truth that you want others to be. And with that, I love you. Thanks a lot for listening today. Have a great week. We're off to Idaho. Bye.